good. Roll on everything.
Miko, where's that picture that you just took?
Behind you.
And who are you?
My name is Douglas Little.
And that's you?
Yes, this is a really well-lit version of myself. I create fragrance.
And how do you go about creating fragrance?
It's a long story. My obsession for fragrance has been there since I was a kid. I used to break my mom's perfume bottles, try to figure out how to get the juice out of it. Yeah, she was super pissed. But she loved it, and she thought it was really funny that this was something that I was doing. This has kind of been a lifelong goal for me to finally be, sitting here telling you, I'm a perfumer.
Proceeding satisfactorily. 3, 2, 1, 0.
In developing a fragrance, it usually takes me about 2 years to be able to get a fragrance to a place where I'm happy with it. What I do is I work with perfume blotters, which are pieces of basically watercolor paper. I dip them into the various fragrances. I'll work with anywhere between 9 to 15 different fragrant notes. And then I start to figure out what the dosing is going to be. Drop by drop by half drop. I have to really work with it, allow it to sit. And in that time period, you have no idea. Sometimes a fragrance will go completely upside down by just adding 1 drop of something too far. And then you have to start the process all over again. When I'm perfuming or when I'm blending, working with the mouth open, mouth closed process, keeping your mouth open involves the taste buds. So all of a sudden you have the secondary sensation of your taste buds firing and will register different notes and oftentimes will amplify certain notes. They recommend just putting your nose into natural fabric, so like cotton or wool.
She is wild, wicked, classy, delightful. She's taboo.
So natural versus synthetic, it's a great topic. What I'm obsessed with is this idea of what is authenticity. And these naturals are 100% authentic. They have a rawness to them, they have a muskiness to them, and ultimately they're alive. I look for ingredients that are very unusual, and it's very difficult to obtain. Materials like castoreum, civet, ambergris, and it's what makes the natural fragrance world so interesting. I love working with everything that is musty and moldy and disgusting. It ultimately is about the foul and the fragrant. Something like tuberose, which is so beautiful and haunting and overwhelming. In a lot of ways, it's almost too much of a good thing. You have to cut it. So oftentimes I'll work with a material like Africa stone, and it's the feces from the African cat that's taken and it's distilled. And while it sounds hideous and disgusting, and why would anyone work with that, worked in small doses and woven correctly, it creates an effect that is hypnotic and polarizing in a fragrance. Ultimately, you have to remember that you're working with psychology and how fragrance affects people and what we react to as humans. And that's another aspect of this industry that is so addicting for me. The fragrance industry is something that's magic in the sense that it's invisible. And what an unbelievable platform to work with, to be able to say that you sell the invisible. Fragrance is the only sense that we possess that is directly connected to our brain. When you look, you're seeing through your eyeball. When you're touching, there's skin. When you're hearing, it's going through your eardrum. When you inhale, you are inhaling odor molecules that are going up through your nasal passage and passing over the limbic area of your brain. No other sense is passing directly over brain tissue. And that's why fragrance causes such an immediate reaction, and it causes this flood of memory at times, where you can remember, the first kiss that you had in a movie theater by smelling licorice. And it's because this is the way, we're programmed, and it's how fragrance works within the human brain.
I just met him tonight. I hope he likes
She's
me.
perfect.
He's wonderful.
I'm in love.
Ambush perfume by Dana.
Fragrance embodies a lot of the fundamental ideas of what alchemy is. You know, the goal of alchemy is transforming lead into gold. Alchemy is about transformation, and it's about transformation of self. And so this idea of lead into gold is about the transformation of oneself, taking your raw self and transforming it into something precious. You, as a perfumer, have this ability of being able to evoke emotion, evoke feeling, and create environment. In essence, you can take and transform, you know, a very boring space into an opulent opium den by simply weaving notes together that create this feeling. So, you know, that is this relationship of fragrance and alchemy.